Scientists in Australia prove that time travel is possible. The idea that time travel is possible has captured the interest of countless researchers for decades. There are some who firmly argue that time travel is in fact possible. A team of scientists has concluded that the grandfather paradox, which demonstrates how time travel is not possible, can be resolved. A team of researchers from the University of Queensland, Australia, have simulated how time-traveling photons might behave, indicating that, at least on a quantum level, the grandfather paradox, which demonstrates how time travel is not possible, can be resolved. Now, could you go back in time and change events and even people's lives? Who knows? Now, using photons, they said, single particles of light, researchers simulated quantum particles traveling to the past. After studying their behaviors, researchers revealed possible anomalies, aspects of modern-day physics. The professor, co-author Timothy Ralph, said the properties of quantum particles are fuzzy or uncertain to start with, so this gives them enough wiggle room to avoid inconsistent time travel situations. Our study provides insights into where and how nature might behave differently from what our theories predict. And explaining the curious situation, the Daily Mail says, in the simulation, the researchers examined the behavior of a photon traveling through time and interacting with its older self. Can you imagine? You go back, let's say you go back, I'd like to go back in time to my older self and correct some mistakes I've made in my life. That would be fantastic. So he says, in the simulation, the researchers examined the behavior of a photon traveling through time and interacting with its older self. In their experiment, they made use of the closely related fictitious case where the photon travels through normal space-time and interacts with another photon that is stuck in time-traveling loop through a wormhole known as a closed time-like curve, or CTC for short, closed time-like curve. Simulating the behavior of this second photon, they were able to study the behavior of the first photon. And the results show that consistent evolutions can be achieved when preparing the second photon in just the right way. When talking about the idea of time travel and whether or not it's possible, scientists point to Albert Einstein and his well-tested theories of special and general relativity, which according to many can prove mankind is able to travel through time. In physics, special relativity, SR, aka the special theory of relativity, is a generally accepted and experimentally well-confirmed physical theory regarding the relationship between space and time. This theory indicates that time can slow down or speed up depending on how fast you're moving relative to another object. It reminds us of the movie Interstellar, doesn't it? Now, the theory of general relativity indicates that it's possible to travel back in time by following the so-called space-time path. In 2012, Serge Haroch, the colleague physicists David Wineland shared the Nobel Prize award as they demonstrated how quantum weirdness, quote unquote, can exist at a subatomic microworld level, but also on a macro level. And they received a Nobel Prize for this. Quote, the question of time travel features at the interface between two of our most successful yet incompatible physical theories, Einstein's general relativity and quantum mechanics. Einstein's theory describes the world at the very large scale of stars and galaxies, while quantum mechanics is an excellent description of the world at the very small scale of atoms and molecules, said Martin Ringbauer, PhD student at UQ's School of Mathematics and Physics and the lead author of the paper. But not everyone in the scientific community agrees that time travel is possible. In fact, in a documentary in the link here below, released by BBC, award-winning astrophysicist Stephen Hawking states that it is impossible to go back in time. No kidding. I'd go back and, first of all, I'd go back and fix all my mistakes I've made in there. Willing mistakes or unwilling mistakes, accidental things. Anyway, and many more things we can fix. That would be fantastic. And this is on Bended Reality. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.